I started designing my own engine to learn a bit more about how shit like this works. From a technical aspect, everything's going fine, but it's mind-numbingly boring to work on. You can just about walk around and fall off of the edge of the map, and I was shocked to learn that this apparently gets boring quickly. There is this sword, but it ain't functional and I can't be asked to fix it. Nah, instead, I want to add something new. Something that will spice shit up and make this project a bit more fun to work on. And after all but 5 minutes consideration, I knew what that thing was going to be. Yeah, it's a shotgun, but not exactly like this. I want more movement eccentric features at the moment, both because they're fun, also because I haven't got much to attack yet. So my actual inspiration here is going to be Ash's double barrel from Overwatch. So we're talking about a shotgun where we press a button, the thing is pulled up, shot and put away. This should be a nice blend of movement and combat. Not my proudest moment reinstalling Overwatch to get this gameplay. Now, getting the code for the shotgun done first? Nah, that would be the smart thing to do, but this guy needs his neurons stimulated. But for that, I'm gonna need a model, and I'll be damned if I nick more shit off a sketchpad. So I guess I need to model something, don't I? Surely this won't go bad at all. Done. Well, it lacks textures and falls just short of devastating, so it's good enough in my books. We'll first parent it to the player's camera so it follows where we look. Since we don't want it on frame all the time, we'll put it on hidden. When the player hits the shoot key, we'll reveal it, play the shoot animation and hide it again after. With the neurons now stimulated, I've actually got to get coding now. Miserable days. Alright, knockback should be easy enough, where we'll get the facing vector of the player's camera, invert it and multiply by knockback strength. This is then shoved onto the player's velocity as an impulse force. Alright, let's see that work. And it didn't. Yeah, it pushes the player back, that's something. But it feels really unnatural and inconsistent, like the force is decaying really off or something. Luckily enough, this problem turns out to be quite a simple fix. With anything involving velocities, we gotta have friction oppose them so they can die down, obviously. You can see here, I'm either subtracting or adding a constant drag off each axis of the player's velocity, based on what the sign for that axis is. With a few extra lines to make sure the velocity hits and stays at 0 rather than falling into this forever oscillation. Issue is, this isn't how friction works. Any resistive force in the real world works opposite to the direction of the velocity. But with this axis sign, friction can only work in these 4 set directions. This doesn't allow for any in-betweens and leads to decay in the wrong direction. If we get the unit vector of the player velocity, invert it, multiply by the friction strength, and use that to decay our player's velocity, knockback will work alright now. After a bit of jigging around though, I ain't all that happy with the outcome here. It just feels floaty and look at this code. Back to searching I went until I came across a little thing called exponential decay. Rather than decaying linearly, like how friction works, we can instead scale our resistance by the player's velocity. This creates a snappier decay rate whilst also bypassing any need to track the opposite vector shit, as both axes end up finishing decay at the same time. But of course there's got to be another issue now. The decay rates between the horizontal and vertical axes aren't the same now. Even though it has a larger drag value, the vertical takes longer to decay. I can't be asked to think of a better solution, so I'm just gonna apply a scale factor to the Y knockback and it works well enough. Alright, that's half of the gun done. But there's the elephant in the room of there ain't any bullets coming out of the thing. I've got to focus on bullet detection first, since without it, I can't really do much else. Hit scan is the most obvious choice to use here, where we'll shoot out a ray, detect if it intersects with anything, and deal damage. Issue is, I haven't got any raycasting shit in place. Easiest way to achieve raycasting here is just going to be to use a line collider that progresses in fixed steps, where we run a collision check at each step to see if any occur. If it doesn't, we keep going until it does, or until a max step count is reached. This certainly ain't how actual engines do it, but it works and was quick to throw together. With BTEC raycast working, we can detect what the player just hit and deal damage to it. One bullet's boring, so let's up those numbers as well as add a temporary trail to the bullets. And that's it. It's only not perfect, but it's better than nothing. Anyhow, I'm tired of video editing, so see ya.